Good afternoon and welcome. It's my book. A little bit sweet because I want to see how. Good afternoon, Ian. Welcome from France. This is a nice sort of hazy, cloudy day and a cooler day in LA. There we go. Hi. We'll take an outside periscope today because it is actually cooler today for a change. Good evening, sir. Or good night for you because it's what? It's after midnight again for you. 2 in the morning. You do late nights, don't you? Back in France. Hi, my name is Barry Selby. Thanks for joining me. And if you are here for the first time, 2:30. My God, man. I took a nap this afternoon before this because of an early start for me, which was 6 a.m., which is not that early, but still crazy. Anyway, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining me. If you're here for the first time, please go ahead and Tomiko, good to have you too. Please go ahead and say new on the screen, and also make sure that you do swipe right on the iPhone, down on the Droid, and tap follow, so that we know when to do my next scope. Your day finished at 5 a.m. yesterday. My God, yeah, you work a different schedule, so... Oh, new, thank you for being here. That is Lisa. Thank you. Glad you're here. And please, if you are here, well, if you are watching this live, which means you are here, if you'll be so kind as to swipe right on the iPhone, down on the Droid, and tap follow. Sorry, I already did that one, didn't I? Yes. The other thing I was going to say was please share this on Twitter and invite your followers on Periscope as well. Great, thank you. You know, I was up. This is Sunday here in LA. I know it's already Monday for you back there in France. But hi, good to have you here. I was at Agape, my spiritual center this morning, so this is my favorite color shirt to wear there. And I was serving there, so I wanted to wear a nice shirt, so I thought I'd wear the same shirt for my scope. That way I know what day it was I shot this. So, thank you for coming. Welcome to my scope. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Glad you're here, and I see a couple of you are. Feel free to tap the screen for hearts, especially if you agree with what I'm saying or if you get value from what I'm sharing, because I do want to make sure this is valuable. Francis is not working as hard as me. I'm sure not, right? Yeah, please feel free to tap the screen, especially if I'm offering you something, because these are my love scopes. I do these once a day as best I can. And each love scope is a teaching of some sort about love and relationships that will help you have more love in your life and more success in your love life. And today's topic is about the law of attraction, actually inspired by another friend of mine, Gail Evans, who's probably asleep by now. She's in Scotland, which is now later than you and Ian, but she's probably in bed by now. But I'll tag her when I post this so she can find it. Because it speaks to what she was talking about a couple of days ago about the law of attraction. And in particular, the law of deliberate creation, because that's the second step after the law of attraction. I'll explain what those are if you don't know what they are in a moment. So, first of all, hi. My name is Barry Selby. I am the heartbreak repair specialist by trade. I'm a relationship expert, #1 best-selling author, teacher, coach, guide, and passionate devotee of the feminine. I'm a champion for women, owning the feminine power and gifts and talent in the world. And you're later than Scotland, but still here, I know, which is impressive. This topic today is something that comes up for people. You're frozen? Because I'm not frozen. It seems like people are watching me okay. Anybody else frozen, or just you? Because I seem okay on this end, I can't tell. And a champion of radio, thank you for that, Ian. Anybody else frozen, or is it just you? Just that person was frozen, trying to get me. Can you see me moving my lips? Am I animated to you? Just checking, so I know. Anybody? Yes? No? Crystal clear. Thank you. Just checking, because somebody said they were frozen, and I always wonder if it's that end of their phone or my end this end. So this was confusing. Okay, good. I'm here. You're here. Great. Thank you for joining me. So, I am a #1 best-selling author, as I said, full HD. Big head? No, I'm not going to go there. Okay, quick plug. This is my book, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover, which is what I teach a lot from, and I do recommend you read if you're looking for good relationships. It's on Amazon. It's also on my website. If you go to barryselby.com, that's where you find it. Physical book, Kindle, and ebook as well. Thank you, Ian, for the full documentation of my scope. It's amazing the amount of quality sound you get out of an iPhone. Anyway, kind of the chase. And I saw Cynthia Joy is here, so thanks for coming in. Glad you're here. This topic is a more discreet, subtle one, but it's a blatant interaction in your relationship. So I'll explain this in a way that makes sense. Because some people, if you don't know what the law of attraction is, I'll explain it briefly. If you do know, it's going to make it easier for you. I'm also going to talk about the law of deliberate creation, which is the second step after the law of attraction. And in particular, in the genre of relationship. Okay? Hey, Cynthia Joy, there you are. Nice to have you here. The subwoofer? I don't want to blow out your subwoofers, sir. Thank you, Ian. Anyway, I know it's a bit late there, as I said. So just a quick zoom around. This is kind of a hazy, cloudy day, which has actually been nice. It was kind of rainy this morning briefly. well, it's actually mist. So today it's kind of a nice cool weather, which I'm appreciating because it's going to get hot again this week again. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Law of attraction as it relates to relationship and love. And how it's not working for you. I should say how it's messing with your relationship. You've angered neighbors with my wisdom. Is that good? Oh, because the subwoofer, yeah. Turn it down a bit, use headphones, be nice to your neighbors. It's 2 a.m. over there. The law of attraction is a recently announced thing because of the movie The Secret and because of the teachings of Abraham Hicks, if you know who they are. If you don't, that's okay. I just want to explain briefly what the law of attraction is about. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate those. Keep tapping away. Tapping away that side. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, if they need to listen, maybe you should send them my book. Just a suggestion. In the law of attraction, it's the intention that by raising our vibration, we can attract whatever we want. I'm glad someone from Southern California let me. Yes, local. Great to have you here. My pleasure. Thanks for sharing. And by the way, if you haven't yet, please feel free to share this on Twitter and invite your followers on Periscope as well, because I want to spread the word out about this one too. The law of attraction is my book in French. Unfortunately not, it's in English. And even the accent won't go into in French, so I'm sorry about that. So, rewinding a second. The law, let me ask you for interaction. Have you hardly use headphones while watching Scopes, okay? I'm sure they do. You know, Ian, if you want to set up an audience and a live event and can fly me there, I'll be happy to talk to them in English about love and relationships. I mean, the French have a different way of looking at romance, a different way of looking at love. So, you know, what am I going to say? Let me ask you, anybody here does not know about the law of attraction, just so I can get clarity on that? Yes, I understand that. That's the fun about this. People jumping in. It's interactive. That's the fun thing about Periscope. Anybody here does not know about the law of attraction? Yeah, private jet would be great, Ian. Thank you. Feel free to bring it. I'll be near LAX. I can fly it from here. Very easy. So please let me know if you do not know what the law of attraction is, or if you do know what the law of attraction is. So yes or no, let me know. If it's a yes, if you do know what the law of attraction is about, and no if you don't. So I can skip some parts of this talk if you haven't. If you have, rather. So yes, no, okay, there's both. That was all I need to know. All right. Since we have both, let me clarify briefly. The law of attraction is the basic fact that we attract to us what we are vibrating at and what we're looking for. And in the law of attraction, we talk, just about they, because it's basically the teachings of Abraham through the channel of Esther Hicks. The law of attraction is, I appreciate that, thank you, Ian. The law of attraction is simplistically a description of how we create a reality. So if you look around at your reality in the world, what you've created in terms of your relationships, your business, your money, your lifestyle, where you live, all that sort of stuff, it comes from within, because it's kind of the philosophy that we believe it first, then we see it out there. That's kind of how it works. And so what that means is, in terms of relationship, the context I'm putting it into, that the relationships we attract, well, first of all, let's put it this way. The relationships you attract are a reflection of how you're holding state inside. If you don't attract the relationship you want, that's a signal or an indicator to where you're off track. And I'll get to that one in a minute, so I'll come back to that one. The law of deliberate creation, which is really the magnification of the law of attraction, what that is actually easy to explain. In the law of deliberate creation, there's 4 steps to attracting what you want. The first thing is, you first will get clear about what it is you don't like about the situation you're in. So if it's the area of relationship, you make a list of all the things that don't work in that relationship, or past relationships if you're already out of it. When you make that list exhausted and you write out completely as far as you can, you then go ahead and write on the other side of the paper, the opposite side. It's about $150? That's not bad. $150,000. Oh, I didn't see the K in there. My bad. Okay. Well, you want to take care of that, I'll be there. No problem. So, step 1, list the things that don't work in your history of relationships. They didn't take care of you. They didn't love you. They didn't touch you when you wanted to be touched. They didn't pick up the tab. Whatever that is, you make a list of all those things. This is all the things. And then on the opposite side, you want to attract a non-needy guy, attract crazy men. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. So keep the question in mind, because I'll come back to you on that. Second step is you then create a list of the opposite of that. Hey, Getchy, good to have you here. So first you start with a list of things you don't want, then you write the opposite. So if they are never around, you want someone who's attentive. If they are abusive, you want to see someone who loves you. If someone is needy all the time, you say there's someone who is autonomous and take care of themselves. So you basically put a flip side of your choices. So you first of all have one side of the list, what you don't want. Second side of that is the list of things you do want. That's step 2. Step 3 is you basically take time in your imagination in your own space and time when you do so, and just close your eyes and visualize what it would feel like to have that experience. So you take the list, say step 2 list, which is the positive things, and you basically sit with that and hold a space for it and see how it feels. And you do that a few minutes a day if you can, longer if you can. If you can speak it through the day, it's even better. But the idea is, okay, if you had that experience, that relationship, if that's what you're creating, how would it feel? It would feel, how would it feel? I mean, just take it on and feel it. Would you feel warmer inside? Would it feel like you've been being held? Would it feel comfortable? Law of Attraction 5, interesting handle there. So that's the third piece, which basically is, how does it feel to have that experience? When you have that feeling resonant more often than not, it's going to start putting that thing in place. The fourth step, and there's only 4 steps, is you start to turn up the juice on what we call appreciation. And this is really from the law of attraction, but it's what the law of deliberate creation is, and I'll tell you the book in a moment it comes from. In the law of deliberate creation, it's about turning up the juice on being appreciative of all the things happening in your life. Everywhere, not just in a relationship, in all parts of your life. And by keeping the appreciation energy going, it turns up the juice on your focus of what you're attracting. So again, the 4 steps. First thing is a list of what you don't want to start with, so you get clear about what's not been working. Next to that, you put the list in opposite of that, which is what you do want, and you can keep building the list beyond those negative things first. You make a much longer list if you want to. Step 3 is to put that on as a test drive, see how it feels, and own it and make it feel like it's really yours, and then experience what it feels like. The 4th step is to turn up the appreciation for your life in general, to amplify the juice on step 3. These 4 steps kind of come out of a book called Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting, by an author named Lynn Grabhorn, who I think passed away a few years back. She was a student of Abraham Hicks, and her book, particularly again on audio, is amazing. I love her audiobook. It's so funny, entertaining, and on it. The written book's good too. So, in terms of your relationships, this is how we're going to do, I can say this, reverse engineering, as it were. If you look at the relationships of what you've been attracting, as someone said earlier, I can't remember who it was, who said she was fed up with attracting needy guys. Well, up to this point, let me back up a second. The law of attraction and the law of deliberate creation are running automatically all the time. So if you're getting a certain result, that's what you put. If you go backwards, you look at that's how you created it. I hope this is making sense. So if you get a relationship that's not working because the person is needy or abusive or deserting you or running away, whatever that is, you have basically created that reality. That's the power of law of attraction working against you. That's what I mentioned in the title about law of attraction can mess with your relationships, because the law of attraction is always working. It's like the air you breathe and the water you drink, or the gravity is working. It's a law in action, like the gravity is. You can't float above the ground unless you're using a hover suit or something. That's the thing about gravity. It works all the time. And we play with it and stuff like that. We jump in airplanes and parachutes and bungee cords, stuff like that. But the gravity works all the time. The same as the law of attraction. It's automatically working on your life, whether you want it or not. So if your results in your relationships aren't matching what you want, something's out of alignment. The good news is you have an awareness of that. If you're oblivious to it, that's going to be the challenge. So, okay, come on, let's get the hearts going, please. This is rich stuff. It can change your whole direction. I mean, and by the way, this conversation can apply to any area of your life, not just relationships. It can apply to business, to money, to vacation, to health, all these things, because this is how you basically take back your power to create a reality. So let's go forward on this. In your relationship, good afternoon, good evening, Lisa, nice to have you here. In your relationship choices, and again, this is true, it applies to every area of your life. If you're not getting the results that you're expecting, that then means looking back at yourself, because you are the creator of your reality. Something inside is out of alignment. Now, this is where it gets a bit, and I've talked about this in a previous scope last week, and just a recap for those people who just joined me, haven't been on it before, I do a love scope every day. So some of these teachings tie together with previous ones I've done like a week or 2 weeks ago. So there's a whole thread of these going together. And this might become another book, I don't know, no promises, but I'm definitely going to start taking these video periscopes and embedding them into a video blog now, because I want to make it more accessible, because this stuff is gold, sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The law of attraction, as I said, is automatically working in your life, or whether you know it, want it or not. It's happening all the time. So, if the results you're creating don't match what you want, you need to go back and look at what you're creating, because what's happening is the results you create are an externalization of what you're holding inside. If it's not what you want, then what's inside isn't working, or it's not aligned to what you really want. So that's where the work is inside. And the power of that is you can change anything, anytime. That's good news. It's not about out there, it's in here. And I'm working on some things in my life around other things with business and money that's not about relationship. So I'm doing the same thing there that I'm talking about here in relationship. So again, this is applicable in any area. If the results you're getting, attracting, manifesting, are not what you want, the good news is you can change it. The good news is the work's inside, and the good news is you have the power to change it. That's 3 good newses right there. So how? This is where that's where the question comes to the front of the conversation, as it were. First of all, if you never had a clear picture of what you want, 9 times out of 10, that's one of the first things you've got to do. Because for many of my clients, they've been going from relationship to relationship, and I used to do the same thing without any clear picture of where they're going, except perhaps a vague outline, as it were, of the person. So, first thing is, do you really know what you want in a relationship, in a partnership? And as somebody said earlier about didn't want to be with needy guys, that's the starting of your negative list, which is good. Again, back to the law of deliberate creation, which I mentioned at the beginning. You start with step 1, is you write down a list of everything that doesn't work in relationships. So if you're getting results that don't match what you want, hang on a second. Excuse me, a little dry throat there. Thanks for the hearts, I appreciate it. Can you do a future scope about people who act needy when dating and how to deal with people like that? I'll talk about it right now, because use that as an example. If you are constantly attracting needy people into your life, whether it's relationship, romantic partners, or familiar relationships, because that's often where it starts, and I'll get to that one later, or it's business relationships, or any social relationships, then something inside of you has set that up as a requirement. Yes, something inside of you has set up as a requirement. So here's what happens. Back to the law of deliberate creation. You start making your list of those things that don't work for you in a relationship. If the person's needy all the time and desperate, or can't stand their own 2 feet, or won't take care of themselves, you make that list a priority of all the things that don't work. And then you begin put a list together which is opposite of that, matching to the words opposite. So needy is comfortable in themselves, whatever you want to use. Confident. If they're leaning on you all the time for support, they stand their own 2 feet. If whatever those things are, you decide for yourself. It's not I put words in your mouth, but you decide for yourself what the positives are in place of the negatives you've been creating or attracting. Because again, the power is in you. Yes, it's time to take responsibility for your choices. That's one of the painful things that happens. So that's the first thing. List of things that don't work again, as I mentioned. So now you've got things to work with. If you don't have what you want in a relationship, those things go on the negative list. If they're things that you don't want. Needy, unstable men flock to me. You know, that's a really powerful affirmation. Seriously. If you keep saying that, you're going to keep getting that. So change the wording for a start. This is a little thing you can do for yourself. Put an affirmation on the mirror that is opposite of that. So needy, unstable men flock to you. You could say, what I would rather you say is confident, comfortable, successful men are attracted to me. Something like that. Put that on your mirror as an affirmation every day. Look at it, say it to yourself 10 times. And keep that affirmation going. Absolutely. So you're saying change how you say things. That's a big part of it. Because and I'm saying this clearly. You create a reality from in here. And part of it's how you speak. One of the sermons that we talked about this morning at Agape, my spiritual center, was what I am are you living in? You do not want that at all. Some men have scared me. So what you want is a man what you want is an affirmation or a statement as a declaration of what you want to attract, is a man who you trust, who trusts you, who respects and honors and loves you, who stands in his strength, that sort of thing. And you see where I'm going with this. You decide and you describe clearly in positive, affirmative words what you want in a partner. You make that the building block, the starting point of your affirmation of what you're trying to attract. That'll get you started. I've got a lot more than that to go with, so I just want to tell you that. And I'll tell you my program in a minute. But this morning at Agape Spiritual Center, my spiritual home, if you want to find out about that, you go to agapelive.com. The sermon this morning was, what I am are you living in? Because in spiritual teachings, the statement I am is another word for God, as in God is within us. Now, if you're a religious person, please bear with me. This is my own spiritual understanding and growth over the last 25 years, 35 years. The declaration of I am, like I am happy versus I am upset. We create a reality by stating that. Yes, that is what I want, a man who's confident but not cocky. Exactly. So don't put the word cocky in there. Put a man who's confident and loving, confident and caring, confident and compassionate. So you create the reality by the words you declare in your affirmations. And again, start it with I am attracting, or I'm enjoying being with. So you put your I am, as I said at the beginning, in front of that. This is powerful language, because this is sorcery. Yeah, let's play with that word for a change. This is how you create reality. This is the power of the magic of spiritual teaching and of the law of attraction. It works because you simply have to know how to say things. And part of it is say what you want and what you intend versus what you don't want or what you didn't like. That's a key lesson. So again, if you want to get clear about relationships, having clarity of what you want to create is a vital part of the process. And again, as I mentioned before, then you want to start putting on the clothes, the suit, the feeling of how to be to have that relationship. Now, if you don't believe it, then you've got to start working on the belief side. And that's understandable. That's part of what happens. Because if you had, flies around here, out here. I wasn't waving at you, I was waving at the flies. Apparently won't go away. It's like flying at me, or you can't see on the camera, it's cracking me up. So, law of attraction, again, fundamental piece, is affirming what you do want. Clearly, positive in the present moment. That alone will start the roads moving forward. In fact, in my program called The Dating Advantage, there are affirmations every single week which are set up that format to affirm what you want to create, as well as all the homework you have. There's an eight module program that will change your relationship dating life. Yeah, life bugs on Periscope. We don't get many in LA usually. It's just that, I guess with the weather changing, it was kind of moist this morning. We're getting mosquitoes now probably, but they're tiny compared with the ones my friend has in Alaska. I know what they're like up there. They're like battleships, or Buicks or something. Anyway, back to the scope. You can create your own reality. Part of it is you start with affirmations. A large part of it, though, is the feeling you feel when you do the affirmations. So you don't just say them out in the world to get them out. You say them as you feel them, you embody them. It's powerful language changing, and it's magic, literally. Because you're taking a way of doing things and you're shifting a reality just with how you say, feel, and think. Powerful stuff. And I mentioned I have a program called The Dating Advantage. It's on my website. You can check it out. It's an 8-week online program that you can use that will change your trajectory. If you're dealing with needy men, you want to change it, I would highly recommend you check out my program, because you'll find it will reprogram your mindset. And more than that, it'll reprogram how you feel, so you'll actually embody a new experience. And you'll notice in 2 months, that's only 2 months away, you'll have such a different experience of relationship and dating that you'll attract what you really want. But you can start on your own, which is what I said here, by getting clear about what you want to affirm is what you do want, instead of declaring what you don't want. Because the truth is, when you say, I am this versus I don't want that, it's the same thing the universe hears. So saying I don't or I do is not relevant. It's the declaration. So let's affirm what you do want. State it in the positive. Write it down so you can see it and say it out loud to yourself. That alone will change your direction. I'm seeing if there's any more I want to say to this at this point. Any questions at this point, by the way? Because I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you when I want it. So, yes, I know what I want. Good. I'm glad you do. This is good to have that clarity. But again, your statements of what you want have to be positive. You're becoming the right person. That's good. Absolutely. But again, you're declaring things in the positive. So it's like what you want, not what you don't want. You state it in the present moment. I'm enjoying this new relationship versus I will have a new relationship. Because if you will have, it's out in the future. And it's like putting a carrot in front of a donkey. You never get there. So state it in the present moment. I'm enjoying this new relationship. Want to attract more money by entrepreneurial ventures. Well, how about stating you are attracting more money by your entrepreneurial ventures? Because then it puts you in the present moment. Because want to puts it out there. Key tip. The law of attraction doesn't know time. Because spiritual principles are in the present moment. Because God doesn't wear a watch. One way of putting it, but that's the way. Spiritual term, there's no time in spirit, as it were. So define it in the now and then let it happen. This is the thing. You know how you make it, I don't know if you know how to, but you know they talk about when you make a souffle, you put it in the oven, you let it sit and rise at the right time. You don't open the oven early because it will deflate. Same thing with your affirmations. When you do your power of attraction, law of attraction rather, then you're doing affirmations, building momentum for what you want to create. You don't go ahead and go lift upside and go, oh, it's not working, and you doubt it. That's shooting it in the foot. When you do affirmations, keep going. Trust it, step by step, and keep building energy and momentum towards it, because it will happen, as long as you stay on track. If you doubt it, if you worry about it, if you want to keep checking on it, like lifting up the oven door, it's going to ruin it. It won't work. So the power of the law of attraction is that you keep on track, affirming what you want and trusting the process. I've done a lot of studying this myself, and I'm still working out the kinks myself. I'm not perfect at this by any means. It's something I'm still learning. But at times when I see the results, it's mind-blowing, and it's so cool. One of the things is the program I created was built from that premise. The dating advantage is about the law of attraction, but it's done in nuts and bolts, simple steps over 8 weeks that will transform your vision, your life, and your relationship choices. So check that out on my website. Again, my book is on my website too. Quick flash for that. This is my book, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. It's on Amazon, and on my book, it's on my it's on my website as an ebook on my website. It's on as Kindle on Amazon. It's also a physical book on Amazon. It's cheaper there than it is on my site, so good plug for it. I do talk about the law of attraction in here in other ways, other languages. I've got a bunch of periscopes. I've done 130 now, I think, altogether, and about over 100 of those are love scopes. So when it has the hashtag love scope or the word love scope in the title, and you can find them all here. This is catch.me. That's where you find all the archives. So that, put it up there. I need to do this thinner or something. Let's try it like that. So it's a bit mangy too. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I need like closed caption or something. So catch.me/barryselby is where all of my archives are. So there's over 100 now. Love scopes out there. We can find about love and relationships that I've done every day for the last 2.5 months, I think now, 3 months. And if you want to work with me, I do have coaching on my site. Go check out barryselby.com. There's a free video series on there that talks about the 3 principles you must have for healthy relationships, which I explained in my 2 scopes last week. Friday and Wednesday, I think. So there's too much stuff out there. Thank you, Ian, for the plug, and thanks for the props rather. And if you want help in a relationship, please reach out. In my bio, there's a link to a consult, discovery session you can have. Grab that, please, if you want, because I'm helping out clients, and I've got a few more room for a few more clients. If you want to get started on this, the things I've said in this scope will help you just get you started, nuts and bolts now. So take the time to add Barry. Oh, you mean you add me to following? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Definitely, you'll get lots of value out of doing this work yourself. Just take what I've said in the scope alone. The 3 or 4 things I said in the scope will change your trajectory. It's a good word to use too. Immediately, if you do actually take the steps. Do affirmations, look yourself in the mirror, take the steps I recommended, and if you want to go deeper, I have programs. Thank you, I appreciate that, Ian. You can share this replay with your followers too, on Twitter and on Periscope, and you can tap the screen on the hearts on the replay as well. I go a little longer, but if you have any questions, direct questions, please post them now and I'll answer them before I head out, because I want to make sure I do give you more information if you need it. You're very welcome, Cynthia. And again, if you need help, reach out. This is my work, my passion, my mission, and I love doing the scopes, but if you want specific personal help, I do that as well. All right? You're very welcome. Anyone else? Any other questions? At your service. Thank you. I'm glad I could provide help. I mean, this is stuff it's nuts and bolts, and truthfully, most stuff I'm teaching is not just relationship-centric, it's life-centric. So I can help you with everything. Any other questions, any thoughts by the way whilst you're still here? Anybody got any questions? I mean, otherwise I'll just sign off, because this is a teaching that you can take and digest in your own timing. It's a good opener. Thank you. Well, the thing is, Dana, yes, Dana. It's life-changing for a lot of people, because a lot of people have done romance and love by default. And I've talked about this in some of my other scopes about we tend to choose by default, which is a mistake. We can choose from our highest and our best by staying true to our values. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've coached some of my clients to, and some of them are amazed at the results they're creating because they just raise the bar. You can do the same thing. So glad it could help. Any other thoughts, questions before I sign off? Going once. I think we're all clear. Seems to be quiet right now on the scope front. Thank you for joining me as well, and thanks for taking the time to watch and hopefully take these lessons to heart, because I want to make sure you get value from this and your life gets improved. All right? Thank you for being here. I think that's about it. No hearts and no comments, so I'm going to sign off unless there's a last-minute question. Do yourself the favor of taking care of yourself and watch the language you say in the world. If you catch yourself saying, I can't do, or I won't have, or I can't get, stop it. Stop it. Affirm what you do want. That's going to change the course of your life. I know it from my own experience, it works. So do that for yourself. All right? I will see you again tomorrow. I'm already on 2 Past the Car share-a-thons, as scheduled as it is, and I've got another radio interview as well. But I plan to do my regular Love Scope as well at some point tomorrow. So I'll be back on again tomorrow for a Love Scope. Have fun, and I'll take care of yourselves. I will be back on again tomorrow. Have a good evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and please watch the replay if you want to as well. Pinky Lopez, thanks for joining me, but I'm wrapping up the scope. Unless you've got a last minute question, please go back and watch the replay. You'll get the whole story through the whole thing. So thanks for coming in, thanks for joining me. I'm just signing off, but you watch the replay from the beginning. There's some good content in there that will change your life. Hi. Do you have any questions about love and romance? Because I'm actually going to summarize right now, because I just did a whole teaching for half an hour, and I really don't want to drag it out again, do it again, but if you want to watch the replay, there's a lot of content there. Any questions I can offer you right now in answer to what brought you here in the first place? No? Okay. Thank you for coming in. I'll say that. And thanks for the hearts, whoever's doing the hearts. What's the replay? Yes. And there's an invitation in there as well. If you do want to go deeper, you want questions answered, you didn't get answered on the scope, reach out. There's a link there to find me and find out more about my work. Okay? So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the hearts. Take care of yourselves. Get out there and love. You're very welcome. This is my passion. This is my work. And start your week right. Start affirming and clarifying what you really want. It will change your life. All right? And when they're doing hearts, I got to wait, because the hearts are just pretty to watch. The hearts get mesmerizing. It's ridiculous. I mean, these hearts keep going at the screen just watching them. And yes, if you've already seen them, you can. There is a new thing, by the way. If you put the hashtag Halloween in your title, you start getting the little bats going up as well as the hearts. It's really silly and cute. But I thought I'd just do a regular love scope today, not a Halloween-themed one. That's a different conversation. So any questions, any thoughts? Since I'm watching the hearts go by, I'm not signing up just yet. If you have any questions about love and relationships you want to ask right now, I'm at your beck and call, as it were. So any questions you want to post now before you sign off, before I sign off? Yes? Anyone? Anyone? No, Pinky joined and saw someone else join as well. If you want to ask any questions, this is a good time to do so, because you have me to yourself, as it were. No? Okay. This is like going to sign off. It's like, more people join. This is the fun of Periscope. It's so interactive and it's out of my control. Thank you for watching, and thanks for joining again. Watch the replay, please. I will be back on again tomorrow with a regular scope, my love scope, and also doing a peri-tip scope. I may do one today, but I'm bringing it tomorrow. And since most of my East Coast and European followers are asleep, except for Ian, who's up till 3 in the morning, do go get some sleep. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back on again tomorrow with a regular Periscope. All right? Okay, so Pinky, thank you for... Is that Pinky doing that? He's going to watch the replay. Yeah, well, I was planning to sign up, but people typing hearts, so if you have any questions, please type them in. I'll do it right now, because these hearts keep going, and I'm not going to stop them, because I love seeing the hearts go by, and I don't mind adding to my heart count. So any questions you have, go ahead and ask them now. I'm not rushing off, as it were, because people keep joining, and if they keep joining, they might want to have some questions answered. I've already explained the content of the scope, which will be in the replay. Okay, just saying. Oh, is that you doing that, Pinky? I love it. All these hearts, and just seeing who all these people are. So it's interesting how Pinky got the pink colour today, or the peach colour at least. Yeah, so watch the replay, please, and again, if there's any questions, I did provide some links you can find me at and reach out and get more help. Okay? Take care of yourselves. I will sign off now. Lucky her. Oh, Pinky, that must have been a coincidence, because I know, like, you got blue this time. You get the colour given to you as you sign into a scope, and sometimes it's brown, pink, yellow, blue, red, whatever it is, and it's kind of fun to change from scope to see what colour you get each time you jump in. Yeah. So just a coincidence that on my scope, Pinky got pink. How amazing is that? And you got this beautiful turquoise blue. You usually get pink? That's impressive, because that's usually not something you can control. So I must be they're going some phonetic word searching or something. I don't know. It's cool. But anyway, enough heart talk, as it were, about hearts on the screen. You're lucky. Well, that's good. I trust you're lucky in love and every area of your life as well. That's kind of nice to have. So I'm going to sign off, even as there's no real content being talked about here, except for the hearts going up the screen. Thanks for watching. Again, the scope. I do a lot of scope every day, and if you haven't seen my scopes before, make sure you swipe right on the iPhone, swipe down on the Droid, and tap on follow. and I'll be back on here tomorrow with the Love Scope, and I've got 2 other scopes I'll be doing during the day, plus my usual Perry Tips scope as well. Thank you. I already have, and it's already afternoon, but you have a wonderful day too. And please go ahead and make sure you're following me. I'll be back on again with content tomorrow, and check my website out, barryselby.com. There's a ton of content out there for love and relationships, video series, programs, coaching, all sorts of stuff like that, if you're interested in getting some serious help in your loving relationship choices. All right? Okay. You're welcome. I will see you later. Bye.